One thing you have to be encouraged right now, if you're a Jets fan, on this drive, on money downs, Zach Wilson has been excellent. He hit a great 3rd and long. He hit the 4th down. And now, right now, he needs another one of those to try and get the Jets in the end zone.
Looking left, throwing, touchdown, Corey Davis.
Love this route combination, Greg. Look at this. He's going to fake out to create traffic, and then he's going to come right back inside, and Cameron Sutton doesn't have a chance. That is a really nice route combination to take advantage of man-to-man coverage and executed perfectly. Another 3rd down. You know, that's where it's all about. That's where you make your money as a quarterback, and Wilson has been excellent on that drive.
The kick is good. The Jets do get their answer touchdown. Well, Zach Wilson takes a seat, looking on now. His team down 3. Kenny Pickett, meanwhile, his drives at the helm, an interception, and 2 touchdowns. And now it's the Jets' turn to come up with some sort of a stop. Pickett throws. That's complete. Near side of the field and pushing forward across the 30-yard line is Deontay Johnson. I want to remind you, stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars, time permitting. JB and Phil and Nate and Boomer and the coach will have all the latest NFL scores and highlights.
Well, outside of the big shot down the field that ended up in an interception, the Steelers are going with a lot of quick passes. Certainly the game plan wasn't tailored around Pickett, but he's also done a nice job of getting outside of pressure by using his athletic ability.
Quick pass to the other side of the field, and that's Johnson again, and Johnson has a 1st down across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
I feel like Johnson is one of the more underrated receivers that doesn't get the credit that I think he deserves. You know, I think a guy that's, you know, not the tallest guy, his ability to play outside and win down the field on a lot of those go balls and those fade balls, he is a terrific competitor.
Those are the first 2 receptions of the day for Deontay Johnson. Pickett to throw. On the move, gonna run it, and out of bounds. Looks like just shy of the 40-yard line. Quinnen Williams chasing him down.
Knocked out of bounds by.
All right, this is, look at how far Quinnen Williams is running on this play. He's an interior defensive lineman, and Kenny Pickett's a pretty good athlete. And look at Quinnen Williams. You think he wants to win, Greg? You think he wants to give some pretty good effort? That is outstanding. You just don't see that kind of effort and hustle from an interior defensive lineman.
2nd and 7. Going to hand it off this time for Najee Harris. Makes it out to about the 43-yard line. That'll put him about 3 or 4 yards short of a 1st down. Clock continues to move. 5:20 to play in regulation.
We've seen what Zach Wilson was able to do on 3rd downs. You know, this is a huge 3rd down right here for Mike Tomlin's football team to try and stay on the field here and nurse a 3-point lead. If you're the Jets, it looks like they're showing pressure here. You have got to account for Pickett and his legs, and you can't let him scramble for the 1st down.
Pickett throwing outside, caught. George Pickens. Pickett to Pickens for a 1st down.
This is beautiful all the way around. First to throw. Man to man, you've got a size mismatch inside, and then look at the ball placement. You know, Michael Carter, there's nothing he can do right there to try and break up that pass. Beautiful.
Ball is on the ground and scooped up now by Jalen Warren. And he'll be marked down at the 36-yard line.
Well, Pickens, Greg, came into this game, what'd we say, 5 catches? You think he has a pretty decent connection here?
Yeah.
Because he already has 5 catches for 75 yards just in this game.
For the season, he came in at 5 for 65.
Yeah. You know, that's one thing that, you know, Deontay Johnson has certainly gotten his targets in the first 3 games, but they have yet to integrate the other weapons like Pickens and Claypool into the offense.
Pickett throws this side of the field. It is picked off by Michael Carter after the tipped ball.
I know this is a tip ball, Greg, and certainly you'd like Freiermuth to try and catch that, but this should have never been thrown. That ball there was pressure in the pocket. He didn't have a quick answer, and he just tried to force something, and then that was the end result. One of those plays where you just got to learn to play another down, and a big mistake by the young quarterback.
Second interception of Pickett. Three on the day if you count Trubisky's in the first half. So here are the Jets at their own 35. Zach Wilson over the middle and grabbed at the 50-yard line by Corey Davis. 3:25 and the clock continues to move.
Well, I guess Corey Davis come alive or what? He only had 1 catch last week. You know, he was the big free agent. They signed him to be the #1 receiver last year. Had one of his worst seasons. He had core muscle surgery, missed the last 5 games, had the big 66-yard catch against Cleveland, and in this game in the second half have had some huge catches.
Hall. And Hall can't get away from the initial hit from Trey Norwood. Hey, I want to remind you, new on CBS, take a ride along through the thrilling streets of East New York, starring Amanda Warren, Jimmy Smits, and Richard Kind. From the producers of NYPD Blue comes the new series East New York, premiering tonight after The Equalizer on CBS. We are under 2.5 to play in regulation. 2nd and 12. Wilson pulls it down, now throws over the middle, and that is complete to about the 46-yard line. Breece Hall. And that should probably bring us to the 2-minute warning. When we come back, the line of scrimmage will be the Pittsburgh 46-yard line. 2 minutes to play here in Pittsburgh. Welcome back, everyone. Minkah Fitzpatrick was able to walk off the field under his own power. There he is on the sideline and looking like he wants to get back into this game. 1:51 on the clock. First down, Jets at the Pittsburgh 38. Wilson, quick pass to the near side. That is complete. This is Garrett Wilson, and Wilson to about the 31. We've got a penalty marker down.
Yeah, we might get a hold here on Corey Davis, which is going to push it back.
Block in the back. Offense. Number 84. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
There have been some costly and unnecessary penalties committed by the New York Jets today.
Really, you can say that for the second week in a row. That's something that Robert Saleh has had to deal with. At least so far in this game, they've been able to overcome some of that, namely in that last drive. But you did a good job of getting yourself inside a field goal range, but now you find yourself at 1st and 20.
Wilson completes it. This is Carter. Carter inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Clock continues to move. We come up on 1.5 minutes. And there is a Steeler down back at the 47. And that is Cameron Hayward. And Pittsburgh will lose a second timeout. They have one remaining. The Jets still with all three. With this three-point game, keep in mind Carl Lawson's roughing penalty at the end of the first half, which gave the Steelers a chance to convert a field goal. And that 3-point is the difference in the game right now. This is what happened with time winding down. He put the hit on Trubisky. And the Steelers, Chris Boswell, converted. Those 3 points are the difference in the game right now. Hayward taking a slow walk off the field. Minkah Fitzpatrick is back on the field for the Steelers.
You've already lost T.J. Watt, and good thing that they have Minkah Fitzpatrick, that he's back on the field. But these are your three studs. Hayward's such a huge presence and has had really a terrific game on the inside, pushing around the Jets' offensive line.
2nd and 9. Wilson with time. Throwing, it is to the 20-yard line. Did he make the catch? It's Corey Davis, and he did. Clock continues to move, coming up on a minute 15 to play. Look at that grab by Corey Davis.
Greg, you can't say enough about Corey Davis in this game.
Running it up the middle is Michael Carter.
Really impressive that how many times have you seen here in the second half the Jets overcome 2nd and 3rd and long situations? To be able, after that penalty, to be at 1st and 20, and then 2 plays later pick up a first down, that's huge.
They're going to run it again, and again it's Michael Carter, and Carter is stacked up at about the 13-yard line.
To me, that's what's been most impressive watching Zach Wilson. When you look at just his numbers, 19 of 37, 252 yards, 2 interceptions. It's not the best stat line.
Holding. Defense, number 94. That 5-yard penalty will be added on to the end of the run, and it's an automatic first down.
So a costly penalty here to the Steelers. Want to remind you, stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars, time permitting. JB, Phil, Nate, Boomer, and the coach will have the latest NFL scores and highlights. Remember, these Jets came back from 13 down in the last 2 minutes to win at Cleveland. Yeah, and Greg, as I was saying, if you just look at the stat line, you're like, okay, not the best, but what I've seen from Wilson, making a play in big moments, that has been there all game. 1st and goal. They'll give it to Hall. Hall to the 5. Hall bulls his way to about the 2-yard line. Clock continues to move. Jets with all 3 of their timeouts remaining. Half a minute to play in regulation, and the clock is moving. The Jets, trailing by 3, are at the 2-yard line of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And all of a sudden, when the Jets have not been able to run the football, they've been able to get some yards on the ground and come to life. Good news for the Steelers, but Cam Hayward is back on the field. So the Jets have called a timeout. They still have 2 remaining. Well, this is what's happened earlier today. Mitchell Trubisky throwing, and the pass is intercepted. And then a little trick play which found Zach Wilson on the receiving end of a touchdown pass for the Jets. Another interception here, but on came Kenny Pickett, the rookie out of Pittsburgh. He snuck for a touchdown there. There's a touchdown pass to Corey Davis, and the Jets climb back into this game. It is now 20-17 Steelers. 2nd and goal. Breece Hall in the backfield. They'll give it to Hall. Looking for the end zone, and did he get there? He lost the football. Looks like Tyler Conklin may have recovered the ball. Yeah, but in my eyes, the ball crossed the plane of the goal line before it came out. He was reaching, and as he was reaching, to me, the ball...
Ruling on the field is that the runner had fumbled it forward, and a different player recovered it. It's brought back to the spot of the fumble. Timeout, New York Jets. That's their second, the 30-second timeout.
So there's the ruling from Brad Rogers. The Jets have one timeout remaining, as do the Steelers. Let's take another look.
Yeah, watch as he just at the end reaches the ball out, and in my eyes, the ball, as he's reaching for the goal line, it gets over the plane. Watch at the very last moment there. The nose gets over.
Wow. Let's talk to Gene Steratore about it. Gene, you there?
Yes, I am, guys. And I think, Adam, you make a great point. The one goal line shot that we get, the running back appears to still have possession of the football when he reaches for the goal line before it gets knocked loose. And I agree with you, Adam and Greg. If that ball breaks the goal line at all, the nose of that ball, it's a touchdown and the play's dead.
And now it has been ruled a touchdown.
Game clock operator, please put 16 seconds on the game clock, please. 16 seconds.
Gene Steratore, thanks very much. It is a touchdown for the New York Jets.
Greg, if you think about what the Jets have done here in the fourth quarter, 11-play drive, 91 yards, 10-play drive, 68 yards, and big throw after big throw by Zach Wilson, when it just looked like the Steelers took control of this game in the third quarter.
The air has been taken out of this crowd here at Acrisure Stadium. Jets with the lead, going for a 4-point advantage. Zerline. And it is good. Let's go back and take one more look at that touchdown. Breece Hall, the rookie out of Iowa State.
I mean, that's just a matter of inches. Trying to make a play, reaching over. You got Fitzpatrick in there, and he just crosses the plane of the goal line for a touchdown. And the Jets haven't been able to run the football. When you look at it, though, Breece Hall has had some pretty nice runs here, and he ends up with 17 carries, 66 yards. They had a really nice run earlier here in the fourth quarter to set up a touchdown. And so credit the Jets, who are down offensive linemen, down to their 5th and 6th offensive tackles that really have been pushed around all day by the Pittsburgh defensive front seven. They've been able to stick with the run and get some timely runs to keep the drive going and allow them to get into the end zone.
In the how did he do department, that was a 65-yard drive, and Wilson was 5 of 5 for 57 of those yards.
Incredible job responding. There was a point in this game where it looked like the energy of the stadium and the way the Pittsburgh defense was playing, that the Steelers are getting ready to run away with this thing. But I love how Zach Wilson just kept coming back and delivering beautiful pass on money downs.
So now Kenny Pickett will come back on the field with the Steeler offense. 16 seconds on the clock, and the Steelers will need more than a field goal. Pretty good resiliency on both sides of the field today.
I would say so. I like how both teams came out to play. I like the energy. I love how the Pittsburgh defense played this football game, but they just couldn't make the stop in the fourth quarter.
Pickett, lots of time, throwing over the middle, and the catch is made. That's George Pickens, and Pickens across midfield into New York territory. 27 yards. And Pittsburgh uses its third and final timeout to stop the clock with 8 seconds.
So you're not going to be able, unless you go quickly to the sideline, which really doesn't do you any good because 3 points is not an option here. You've got one play. And if you have anything going for you, if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you have some really good height. You have Chase Claypool, 6'4", 238 pounds. You've got George Pickens, 6'3", 2 guys that can go for the football. You've got Freiermuth, who's 6'5". So you do have some height for this Hail Mary opportunity.
The Jets looking for just their second win in 10 regular season visits to Pittsburgh. And the Jets use their third and final timeout. We're seeing a couple of young quarterbacks making their mark.
This game escalated quickly, didn't it? Boy, oh boy. And even coming into this game, all indications said that we weren't going to see Pickett. We didn't see him practice. We didn't see him throw the ball on Friday. Tomlin said that it wasn't the right time. We had a chance now to see Zach Wilson for the first time this year and see if he'd have any rust or see how he's been able to grow from season one to season two. So then we end up seeing Pickett come in, make some great plays, and then Zach Wilson lights it up in the fourth quarter.
Okay, the Jets have had a timeout reinstated, but here is Pickett. Pickett buying time, launching it deep to the end zone. It is LaMarcus Joyner with the interception and the touchback, and this game is over. The New York Jets play come from behind here in Pittsburgh. They go to 2-0 on the road for the first time since 2015. They pull even at 2-2 on the season, and they defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-20.
Boy, what an incredible finish by the Jets. And for the Steelers, it looks like we're going to see a new page and a new era with Kenny Pickett, but credit the Jets on the road when it was not going well with a